Alistair here, back in the workshop. Well, one month of you have to excuse me. I've got a bit of a blocked up nose. I had some kind of coldy thing. 1 month as a full-time knife maker has literally flown by. It's been busy, really busy, as obviously I'll show you in a minute. But no, it's been really good actually. It's been lots of other things going on. So I haven't been able to kind of concentrate fully on making my knives, but just lots of other things with the house and just bits and pieces, and with my old truck as well. The guy that bought the truck off me, he wanted me to go with him on a few deliveries and stuff like that, just to see how we use the crane on it and this and stuff like that. So, but yeah, hopefully things are out the way and I can sort of get back into doing what I like doing. And also with Christmas coming up, I've still got some orders to get ready for Christmas. We've only got like 3 or 4 weeks now, and if they're going to be posted out, then obviously I've got to get them in the next 2 weeks, get them completed in the next 2 weeks, otherwise you end up missing the post. But a few have gone out already, and I've got a big array of knives here which I'll show you now. So here we have the knives I have completed this week. Now, what we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 10 here. I've posted out 2 or 3, so 12 or 13 knives that I've completed. And there's a lot of different. There's the majority are my Bushwoods and a Drover. And a couple. I'll go through them all anyway. And plus, also we got the giveaway knife, which is that one. That is the giveaway knife. So anyway, let me just flip this back round again, and we'll look at them individually. Okay, so first up, now I had a guy message me and quite sort of specific order. I don't normally do things like this, and but I kind of thought it'd be a bit of a challenge to give it a go and sort of see how it come out. But he wanted one of my Brumbies sorry one of my Brumbies with a slightly bigger blade. So normal, I can't remember the exact measurements, but I made the blade longer anyway. But he wanted Brumby, slightly bigger blade with a fire steel. Now he wanted it, I think he's got a table which has got that is it the river, what do they call it, with the resin, like the 2 pieces of wood and you have the resin down them. Is it some kind of river something, I don't know. So he wanted a knife that sort of matched that. Now I did try and match the colour as best I could, but with the dyes that I had, it was a little bit hard trying to get an exact colour, get it light enough. So I had a few attempts, and this was probably the best attempt out of all of them. It didn't come out too bad actually. It's quite effective. So we got there, hang on, there's a bit of cloth, we've got a load of dust on the blade. All these need a good clean up, they need pretty much stropping and a final check over and a clean. But you can get the idea of how they look. Now this one here, it's got the resin through the middle. Now he wanted blue liners and the blue resin. And, it came out pretty good. I do prefer just a plain wood handle, but this is quite effective. I put some white pearl in with the resin, so I don't know if you can see it. It's got like a bit of a shimmery look to it. But overall, I think it's come out quite nice with blue liners on there. This was some, I think it was York gum burl. I think I had some small pieces and I put them in my little casting box and then poured the resin in. Quite effective. So obviously that's sabre grind and with a slightly longer blade. And he wanted the blue stitching on the sheath and also a fire steel. So there we got the fire steel on the little holder on the side. So we did the same on there, like the resin in the middle to match the knife. So fiddly job. This knife was a tricky one to build, but we got there in the end. So that's ready to go out. Next up, we have got a Bushwood. Now this one is sold, and it's got some really nice West Australian yarn, which is I'd say it's as hard as desert ironwood. Really dense. You probably can stabilize it, but it's so hard and dense, it doesn't need stabilizing. Once it's dry, it's not going to go anywhere. And, so I don't know the light in here. Let me turn another light on, see whether that makes it any better. Can you see that? Yeah, that's better, I think. So you can see it's got like what they call it, fiddleback stripes. Really nice. Brass mosaic pins. And this is a Bushwood. This is one that's based around the Woodlaw, the Allen Woodlaw. I think it's 3.2mm AEBL stainless steel, and it's got the lasered AEBL on there now. Black, got black liners, yeah. Wood's that dark, you can't hardly see the liners. Yeah, black liners on there, really nice. And I've started doing these more like the traditional kind of Woodlaw sheaths for the Bushcraft knives. I think it just goes with it, with the whole sort of Rainier's Woodlaw theme. Keep them a bit more authentic looking. It's a dark brown sheath with natural thread. I think they've all got natural colour thread. I quite like the natural colour. If you use black, it doesn't really stand out. I think the natural just gives it a nice look. So that's that one. And here we have a drover. Again, the Bushcraft style sheath. I've got to punch the hole in there yet. I haven't done that yet. Natural thread. Now this one here, this one was actually in previous video. I think it was the one where I was trying the pins in, and I think I put on that video actually that it was river gum, but since then I have found that it's not river gum. It's actually called River Banksia. Now it was a bit of a strange coincidence actually, because I saw an advert. Hang on, where are we? I saw an advert for a big chunk of River Banksia for sale. A guy sort of about half an hour from here, and he sells all kiln dried woods, and he had it on there, and I saw it, and which is that. You can see, obviously colour wise, that hasn't got any wax or anything on it, but that's what it is. Spot on. Which is really good. And I'm actually stabilising a load of this at the moment, so that I'm quite looking forward to making some more, because I think it's such a nice looking wood. I don't know, I might not have said it, but it's almost like elm, and what's the other one that's similar to elm? Can't remember, but it's got that kind of look to it. But it's again, once it's stabilised, it's a super hard wood with a really nice look. So this is one of my drovers, again laser etched. It's got black micarta pins with black micarta liners. Nice knife. So next up, now that one's not sold. That one isn't sold, the last one. That's on my website if anyone's interested. Now this one here, which is another drover, again Bushcraft style sheath, dyed in, what was this dyed in? I think it was Feebling's dark brown pro dye. It says dark brown. It's not really dark brown. It's kind of like a mid brown, but it's a really nice colour actually. I'll probably use this a lot more because I'm still kind of fiddling around with different colours on the sheaves, and obviously depending on what kind of wood you're using. Like with this one, I try to kind of not match the wood, but give something that's got a nice contrast to the actual wood that's on the handle. So, but I'm always fiddling around with different dyes and like mixing them together and stuff like that, and coming up with different colours. But that one was literally straight out of the bottle, but nice colour. So that's the sheath, and here's the knife. Give it a clean up. Actually, where's the WD? Give it a bit of a clean up. So none of these are sort of all cleaned and ready to go. So I've still got that's my next job, which is a job in itself. Double checking, going over them all, and you know, make sure that there's no scuffs or sanding marks in the wood and that kind of stuff. And it's sometimes you can spend like another half an hour just going over a knife and checking it, because sometimes, you know, it's like you get tired and you think you've kind of sanded it all nice, and then the next day when your eyes are a little bit more awake, then you look at it again and you've missed a couple of little marks, and then you have to go over it again. So I can see even now on this there's a few little marks on there that needs a little bit more polishing, but overall it's nearly ready to go. Now this is red mallee, Western Australian again. All the let me see, all of them are West Australian woods, which is nice, which is what I try and use local woods. There's a few guys down south from here, about like 4 hours south, and they've got like a real nice selection of Western Australian timbers, and it's always nice to have things, especially when you send them abroad, like over to UK and stuff like that. People like to know that, you know, where the handles have come from, have a little bit of history and stuff like that, which is all part of, you know, all part of getting a handmade knife. You know, well, that's what I feel anyway. Anyway, back to the knives. So this is a drover, and we got saber grind on there, and we've got the mallee burl, which is really nice. Still needs a bit of a buff, but come out nice. And we've got orange liners on there. Can we see no scratches on the spine? No grind marks. That's one thing I am really particular about, is grind marks and things like that. I'm a bit kind of OCD when it comes to stuff like that. But which is not a bad way to be if you're a knife maker, because then hopefully all your knives go out at an acceptable standard. This one is sold. This is a pair of knives that have been ordered by a young lady. One's for her husband and one is for her dad, which make nice gifts. And the other one, hang on a second. The other one that she's ordered is this one, another drover, but she wanted one with the darker handle and one with a slightly lighter handle. So again, Bushcraft style sheath and natural thread. So this one here, they're all wet moulded, so they're all a little bit tight. Again, not clean. Let me just, I'll put the WD over there. Actually, I don't want to drip it on my sheaths. I've done that before. I've dripped WD-40 on the sheaths, and it makes a mess, and you end up got to do your leather work again. So there's hours and hours of leather work there as well. It's I'd say that's probably the most time-consuming part of a knife build, is the actual, you know, you do the knife and you think you're getting there, and then you've still got to make all the leather work, and it's one of those things that you just can't, well, you can't rush any part of the knife build, but leather work in particular, you got to be mega careful, because one slip and you cut through the leather, or your stitching goes wrong. But anyway, back to the knives. I keep doing that, waffling on about other things. Anyway, another drover. Now this, I don't know whether I said on the previous video, but the drovers used to be called a Bushwood curve. So you have the Bushwood and then the Bushwood curve, because it's got like a curve to the spine. But there was a lot of confusion with that, and so I've changed the name, and it's now called a drover. I think I might have sort of said about that in the video before, but if not, you know now. But anyway, so there we go. It's got a little bit of dirt on there. I'll try and get that off. Has it got it? No, it's still on there. Again, saber grind and York gum burl. Again, Western Australian. My little mosaic star pins. Black liners. Again, no scratches. Shiny spine all the way around. Good knives. This, I I'd say this is probably the most popular. Nearly poked myself in the eye then. I'd say these are probably the most popular style at the moment, because it's kind of bushcrafty, but it's also hunter style. It's a good all-rounder, really good all-rounder, especially with the saber grind as well. Gives you that little bit thinner blade if you're sort of doing a bit of food prep, chopping your veggies up. Because I don't know if you ever tried chopping veggies up with a Scandi grind, you end up cutting through and your veggies pinging everywhere. So at least with the saber, you got that little kind of thinner edge geometry there, and you can slice your veggies up nice. So yeah, that's come out really nice. Again, needs a final buff and a kind of check over, but I'll do that. So that's that one. And what do we got next? Now this one here is more of your traditional sort of style sheath with the curvy bottom edge there. Now this is biggest knife I make in my range, apart from chef's knives and stuff like that. This, out of all the kind of hunter bushcraft styles, this is the biggest knife I make. It's called the Tracker. Now I used to do a Tracker. I used to do a Tracker and then Tracker XL, and got a bit complicated. But so I just do the one size now, which is the Tracker XL. But I just call it a Tracker now, and I don't do the smaller one anymore. So if you ever want to order a Tracker, this is the size that you'll be getting. I could probably make it a little bit bigger if you wanted to, but to be honest, it's big enough. You wouldn't want to go any bigger. Overall, it's like I think it's about 295 from the butt to the tip, so it's a bit of a beast. But anyway, another veg tan leather sheath, natural thread, and here we go. It's more of your. This is, I kind of class this as more of your traditional sort of hunter style, almost a little bit kind of Bowie knife, or if you're in America, Bowie knife, in the sort of design and the shape of the blade. But there we go. So that's the Tracker. Fairly high saber grind there. Again, I think it was about 3.2 mil. So obviously, the higher the bevel goes, the thinner the blade profile is. Makes it nice for slicing. And a lot of the old deer stalking guys like these, and the kangaroo. Because over here we have obviously the UK and all that. You have to keep the deer population under control, otherwise they go wild. Over here in Australia, we do have deer, but they're not like they are in the UK, where they've gone like wild. Like crazy, they popped out the amount you've got there. The numbers has gone sky high. Over here, it's kangaroos. Sorry, these kangaroos over here. They're basically like large jumping rats. And if they don't do the cull, or whatever you call it, is it a cull? It is, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. But if they don't do that, if they don't keep the numbers down, then they will just go like they would take everything over, and before you know it, it's out of control, and you've got too many kangaroos flying around. But anyway, back to this knife. So yeah, the high saber grind there, and lasered AUBL stainless. And again, this is Yarran, the same as that Bushwood. I've got a few pieces of it from the supplier down south. And again, it's got that nice kind of figure to it, like the fiddle back, as they call it. My mosaic pins. Nice that side. And black liners. You've got black liners? Yeah, black liners, and the handle there. So nice. Big knife. As I said, I think it's around about... knocking everything off. What is it? 260. Yeah, 260 millimeters or 26 centimeters. So it's a big knife. Nice, and it is all sharpened up. Let me get paper. It's all sharpened up. There you go. Right, next up, what have we got? Put it back in the sheath. Next up, another Bushwood. Now this one, hang on a sec, this one. Another Bushwood. Now this one is for sale. I haven't put it on the website yet because I literally only just finished it today. So I finished the sheath, still got to punch the hole in there. And a lot of people say, why have you got a hole in the sheath at the bottom there? If you got it on your belt, and normally when you use the belt dropper or the dangler, it will swing around a lot. So what you can do is you can put a piece of like a, what do they call it, paracord through there, and you can just tie it around your thigh, and it just stops it from sort of flying around all over the place. So that's why it has a hole in the bottom there. Plus, I think it looks a bit better with a hole there. As you can see, like one without and one with. Just looks better with the hole. So anyway, another Bushwood. Now this again, Western Australian olive wood. Again, needs a final buff and a clean. There we go. Again, this is kind of going on the Ray Mears sort of woodlaw theme. I've got my little, where's my little cardboard cutout? There's my little cardboard cutout, which is always on the side there. The inspiration, the Alan Wood woodlaw, which I'd love to own. I've got one of the in one of my other videos. I've got one of the Emberleaf. I've got one of their woodlaws, but I'd love to get an original Alan Wood. That would just be the, you know, that would be perfect. As you can see, it's kind of got that sort of look about it with the with that kind of handle material with the olive wood. Not particularly highly figured. The block itself, when I looked at it, it actually looked pretty good, but it's fairly plain. There's a few kind of little dark spots in there which give it a bit of character, but overall, the majority of the nice kind of figuring that was on it got ground off when I was shaping the handle. But it still looks. I think it still looks pretty cool. It's just got that old style look to it. No liners. Just a simple kind of bushcraft knife. I think it's got that good look with the brass loveless bolts. Is it brass? Yeah, brass with the stainless steel bolt in the middle. I'm not sure if the camera's picking that up. It looks like they're fully brass, but it's got the stainless bolt in the middle. But, yeah, it came out nice. Nice traditional looking knife. So that's that one. And they all fit nice and tight in the sheaths. Now, next up, we have got another drover. Oh, here we go. Again, I think that was the same colour dyes up the Phoebing's Pro Dye Dark Brown, I think it was. Yeah, natural thread. But this one here is quite unusual actually. It's got some holly. It's called Holly Banksia. Now that lighter one is Banksia as well, but that was River Banksia, and which is that light. But this is Holly Banksia, and it's a lot darker. Well, this particular piece is a lot darker anyway. I don't know whether you can kind of see. Can't really see the grain pattern. It looks just like black in the picture, doesn't it? But it's got an unusual grain to it. Nice. It's nice. It's a different. It's not like an actual normal wood where you get the lines and the rings. It's kind of more speckled. It's a shame you can't really see it with that light. Might pick it up. Not on the camera. It doesn't look particularly good. Well, not particularly good, but it's not showing it up particularly well, I meant. Yeah, so this one's got black liners, got brass and stainless steel mosaic pins, and a high sabre grind on this. Overall it's a nice looking knife. Again, this one's sold. They're all, well, yeah, apart from the olive wood and the lighter version of this, they're the two. They're not sold, but they'll be. I think the lighter one I think is on the website if anyone's interested. Now, next one, we got a little bobtail, which is this little one here. So tan sheath with a little bit of darker airbrushing on the side. Gives it that old school look. And, these are good little knives. It's kind of like a little wood carving knife. Just give it a clean up. This one's sold. Again, York gun burl and 6mm brass loveless bolts. Little lanyard on there. Because the handle's quite small and the sheaves are quite tight, that makes it easier just to kind of yank on that to pull it out the sheath. And it also looks pretty cool as well. And this one is in SF100, so which is I think it comes from Sheffield in the UK. So this one going back to the UK, so it's like the steel's come all the way over to Australia. I've made it, and it's going back to the UK where it came from, which is a bit strange, but cool. So that's that one. Again, that's nice and sharp. Nice and sharp. Just what you want for a little kind of wood carving knife, or even like just for a, you know, a small knife. Because obviously the blade length is only a little. Legally, you can carry that with you, and you're not going to get into any kind of trouble. So it's a good little knife just to keep in the car or whatever. Even if you just open boxes or I don't know, doing other things that you want to chop. It's good. Good little knife. Now, last but not least, we come to the giveaway knife. So this is the giveaway knife. Here it is. Again, got to punch the hole, and a nice dark brown sheath, which goes well with the light wood. Now, for this knife, I'm going to do it as a giveaway. So if you subscribe to the channel already, all good. Just leave a comment, and everybody that leaves a comment will be in the kind of draw to win this knife. You don't have to pay for it. I'll pay for the shipping wherever it is in the world. Now, obviously, I haven't got hundreds of thousands of followers. You know, I appreciate all the ones I've got, and yeah, just a little kind of thank you from me to whoever wins it. Now, this one here is Huon Pine. So I think it was in the previous video I showed you this one. So the knife itself hasn't changed, but obviously the sheath out. I hadn't made the sheath then, so but that's all good. That's all ready to go now. So that's all been wet molded to the knife, and there's the blade. Yeah, so it's got to be at least a year. It's been sitting around, I'd say, since I finished it. But we finally got around to the finished article with the sheath. So there we go. I'm going to laser etch on there the steel that it is, AEBL stainless. So I will do that on there before it goes out. And what I'll probably do the draw on either New Year's Eve or January the 1st. I shall do I think there's a thing on there, you can do like a random selector on all the subscribers, but you have to make a comment on there, and if you don't make a comment, then you can't go in the draw. So there we go. So it's the Bushwood. Again, this is one that I kind of based on the Ray Mears Woodlaw. There we go. Oh, not that side, that side. Hang on, get it around the right way. Hang on a sec. It's like backwards in the thing. There we go. So there we go. So Huon Pine, which is, I know it's pine, but it's actually, if you do a bit of research on it, Huon Pine, I think they used to use it on boats and kind of stuff like that, because it's very hard and very dense for pine, and it only grows in Tasmania. I think I said it on the previous video, which if you don't know where Tasmania is, you've got Australia, then the little sort of block below there, that's Tasmania. And that's where it grows. Nowhere else in the world, just Tasmania. And it's got like a fairly unusual grain to it, like lines, but cool nonetheless. A little apex to the butt there. No grind marks down the spine. This one's actually got a little bit of thumb jimping on there, so just gives you a bit more grip there on you with your thumb, or you can use it for scraping bark and that kind of stuff. I wouldn't use it on a ferro rod because that will wreck the ferro rod, but you can still use this part of the blade if you want to use the ferro fire steel. So that is the giveaway knife. Now where's the sheath gone? So I will be putting it on Instagram as well, so Instagram and Facebook, it will be going on there. I'll just do a little piece on it as a giveaway, but hopefully someone will like to get that. I know I'm not like a well-known knife maker, and it's almost a bit of a, I don't know, giving a knife away when I've only, you know, only been in business for a month, like full time. But you know, as I said earlier, I just think it'd be a cool thing to do, just give away one of my knives, and you know, whoever wins it, hopefully they can spread the word and I can get lots more orders. Having said that, I've got lots of orders anyway, so at the moment, so I'm kind of a bit sort of swamped and trying to get orders ready for Christmas. It's just been like chaos. So I've still got probably about another, I don't know, probably about another 5 or 6 knives trying to get done before Christmas, but whether I can do it or not, I did say to them there's a possibility I might not get them done, but I'll do my best and see what I can do. But you know what, you can't rush them. You definitely can't rush the knives. It's one of those things that it just takes time. It takes the time it takes, and that's it really. You can't speed up any process. It's just what it is. And if you're trying to make a product that is as good as you can make it, and I won't cut corners, so that takes time. Having said that, what else have we got? That's around a bit out. I've been busy making my little bags as well, which I do on the sewing machine, little drawstring bags like that with a little leather thingy on there with my logo on there. So they're not just for sort of shipping them out. Actually, a lot of people use these, they keep their knife in there. I think I said in the previous video, keep your knife in that. So if you're going travelling or whatever, and you're heading out to the bush, or you're going out to the, you know, forest or whatever, keep your knife in there. And then when you get there, you can take it out of this, put it on your belt, and you know it's been looked after in there. There's no scratches or damage picked up on the handle and stuff. So they're not just a kind of presentation bag, they're an actual kind of usable item. I do try and stitch them up as best as I can. I'm not a seamstress, but I haven't had any fail yet, which is good. So if they do start failing, then I might have to revise my sewing technique. But apart from that, they're holding up. Okay, so that's round about it. So a look at some of the finished knives. The drawer for the giveaway knife, which is this one, I shall do that on, I think I'll probably do it on New Year's Day, January the 1st. So that'll get enough time for people to either like and subscribe or make a comment, one or the other. If you're already subscribed, subscribed, make a comment, and I'll do a random selection, and then that will be, yeah, I shall put it up on the 1st of January. Anyway, I don't think I'll have enough time to do another video before Christmas. If I do, I'll see you then. If not, have a good Christmas, and everybody that's ordered a knife off me, thank you very much. And I really appreciate, is it appreciate or appreciate? I never understand which one it is, but either one I do appreciate. No, I don't know. I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful to everybody that has bought one of my knives, has placed an order for one of my knives, and keeping me in business. So as a full-time knife maker, I say thank you very much for that. And if I don't see you before, have a good Christmas, and I shall see you in the new year. Okay, stay safe out there. Cheers. See ya.